ठीक है सर अभी। ओके ओके ओके। आई शैल आई स्टार्ट। हाँ 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 हाँ। I am extremely sorry for the late. There were some technical issues. Uh, I hope everything is visible. I hope it is everything is visible. I will. Can I start? हेलो। स्टार्ट कर दूं मैडम? ओके ओके फाइन। So extremely sorry for and apologize for the delay. So today we are going to see cervical erosion management through Agni Karma and Shar Karma. So straight away, what is cervical erosion, or even it is said as ectropion also many times. So erosion is a condition when we know that cervix is having two epithelium. Inner there is columnar epithelial cells in the cervical canal, and outside there are squamous epithelial, stratified squamous. Stratified means they are in multiple layers. So they are squamous epithelial cells. Now what happens, we already know that there is a junction, squamocolumnar junction, where the columnar cells meets the squamous epithelial cells. That is called the junction, squamocolumnar junction. Now this junction keeps on changing according to the age, and even sometimes according to the hormonal exposures, like during pregnancy or during the pills usage. Okay, so what happens this, that this squamocolumnar junction which was inside comes outside. So the distance between the two is called the transformation zone, because that keeps on changing. Now what is erosion is whenever this columnar epithelial cells comes out and protrude outside, and they undergo squamous metaplasia. Okay, they undergo changes like the squamous epithelium, but they are not totally squamous epithelial cells. That is why it is called as they undergo squamous metaplasia. And on the naked eye appearance, when this columnar epithelial cells undergo squamous metaplasia, naked appearance जब हम देखते हैं उसको एग्जामिन करते हैं, then it looks like a इरोजन, छाले जैसा। ओके, जिसको गुजराती में चांदू बोलते हैं, हिंदी में छाला बोलते हैं। सो इट अपियर्स लाइक अ इरोजन, सो दैट इज व्हाई it is termed as a cervical erosion. It is a benign condition. Of course, cervical cancer also, the lesion in the beginning will look like a erosion. So we have to do the differential diagnosis. But erosion as such is a benign condition, and in all the reproductive age group female, in maximum patients, I think about 70% of the patients, you will find this condition. Maybe the area of the erosion will be more or less, or even the classical histological classical classification of the erosion might be different. We will see that area with the cervix is being covered by the erosion, that can be different, but it is found in maximum cases. And again I am telling you, this is a benign condition. So this is the classification according to cause. So there can be congenital also, as soon as the baby girl is born, because of excess of hormones in her body from the mother. So there can be changes in her cervix. So it is congenital, it will go away by itself, nothing doing. But acquired, what happens is later on, it happens either because of hormones. As I said, because of pregnancy, there are drastic changes in the hormonal levels, excess of estrogen and progesterone, both will cause, because cervix is exposed to these hormones, and there are changes in relation to these exposures. So in pregnancy as well as similarly OCP pill users. Okay, OCP pill users also long time. If they are taking for 3-4 months, they won't develop erosion. But if they are taking for longer time, then this may happen. Why we need to know this? Because many times if the patient is continuing to take the OCP pill and then you are treating the erosion, but if she doesn't stop using the OCP pills, then erosion might not go away. So that you will be careful while treating that. You should stop the OCP pill while treating the patient. And in pregnancy, it happens many times that it may heal by itself. No need to do any treatment. But if it persists, then the treatment is needed. Even in the patients with chronic infection like chronic cervicitis, in such patients also you will find that because of chronic infection they will develop the erosion. So as I said, congenital heals spontaneously after the estrogen level falls. Acquired, as I said, they too may heal spontaneously if you stop the pill, or even after the parturition delivery it may heal spontaneously. And chronic infection may be any infection, bacterial vaginosis, trichomonas candida, or any other infection. Because of that, there are changes in the epithelium of the cervix. In such patients, you need to first treat the infection and then you have to treat the erosion. So yes, as I said, another classification of erosion are also there. This is one is histological classification and one is degree wise, how much area is being covered. Now I will show you what is this flat type erosion. As I said, this columnar epithelial cells will be changed into squamous epithelium cells. So whenever they are arranged in a single layer, at that time of this columnar epithelial cells. So whenever it is arranged in a single layer, the erosion will look like a flat type erosion. Okay, but what happens is sometimes if the arrangement is like this inwards, if they are the cells are arranged to accommodate the more area, then it will look like a follicular type of erosion. So the cells, hyperplastic cells which are forming, they are folding inwards. So because of inward folds, they look like follicular type. And third is because of higher, more surface area and more hyperplasia of the cells, they will be folding inwards as well as outwards, inwards as well as outwards. Okay, this way they will be arranging. So this is called as a papillary type. So you'll find small papillas inwards and outwards because of these folds. You will find that papillas are there. See, in papillary type of erosion, the discharge may be more. In flat type of erosion, the discharge is less. Why here it is more? Because more surface area is being inward because of inwards and outward folds. So in such patients, you will get more symptoms and signs also. You will find that papillary type of erosion is seen. So this is one of the histological classification. Another classification is given according to the area which is being covered. So if you see, this is the cervix. So more the area, first degree is only 1/3 will be covered with the erosion. So second is 1/3 to 2/3, and third is more than 2/3. It's more than the half of the area, more of the area of the cervix is covered by this erosion. So accordingly also, more area again, more symptoms. Even if you are doing any treatment, it will take more time to recover and heal. So that depends. Your prognosis or whatever you want to say, it depending on that. One more a benign pathology which is found along with the erosion also, or as we can say a precursor of erosion also, are called as Nabatean cyst. Okay, you can see small cyst like structures on the cervix. They are called as Nabatean cyst. How they are found is when the glands, we know that cervix are having their own glands. So when they in the transformation zone, when they are filled with the mucus, okay, so they will look like this in the appearance. They are again physiological. Sometimes they may develop erosion later on, or sometimes it may cause hypertrophy of the cervix because of this Nabatean cyst. So they are glandular elevations which are seen. See here again, you can see these are the stratified layer of the squamous epithelial cells, and this is orange. You can see that is a single layer of the columnar epithelial cells. So it will undergo the squamous metaplasia and in the naked eye. So sometimes what happens is there will be fluid filled cyst along with the transformation that will be looking like a Nabatean cyst over here. Even in sonography also, in many sonography cases, you will find that they show that Nabothian cysts are seen. Okay, multiple Nabothian cysts also will be seen in the cervical canal. So this also can be seen by sonography. So what will be the clinical features of the patient presenting with the erosion? Patient will not tell you that she is having chala or chandu or erosion. She will come with excessive vaginal discharge, okay, which is non-purulent also. Sometimes it can be thick mucousy also. If it is associated with infection or cervicitis, it can be purulent also. Okay, so the kind of discharge, okay, the characteristic of the discharge will change whether it is associated with any infection or not. But if it is only discharge, erosion, not associated with infection, then it will be a non-purulent discharge, but it will be excessive. Patient will say कि thick discharge आता है. Okay, so that will be seen, and the reason is because of the increased surface area of columnar epithelium containing mucus secreting glands. So this is the reason why the discharge is more. Cervix is having its own glands, so discharges will be there normally also. But here, because of the larger surface area, the discharge increases. Second thing is what will happen is premenstrually, during intercourse, because of congestion, because of contact, the fine blood vessels which are present there, they are easily traumatized, and before menstrual because of congestion, and after intercourse because of the contact, okay, there may be oozing. Remember this, there will be oozing. So whenever there will be discharge, along with the white discharge, there will be few points of bleeding seen in the discharge. So that is not called as bleeding. Bleeding will be too much in amount. Here we term it as oozing. Okay, even if you do the examination also, if you rub the area of the erosion, the bleeding points will open and there will be oozing. That is because of the capillary, fine capillary breakage, which can be easily traumatized. So this is one of the sign. You have to do the differential diagnosis. Such if this is a case of cervical cancer, there will be heavy bleeding. If you touch the cervix, and if it is cancer, it is friable. The cervix is very much friable, and she will have profuse bleeding from that area, whatever you have touched. But if it is a erosion, there will be only oozing. Okay, oozing from the site of the erosion. So you have to do this differential diagnosis. Associated cervicitis may produce backache and pelvic pain. Patient may complain that she is having. Sometimes the patient, if she is very shy, she doesn't want to complain about white discharge. She will only say backache and pelvic pain. She is having pain over here and backache. So if you ask her whether she is having white discharge or not, then she will say yes. And in examination, it will reveal that she is having cervical erosion. Other symptoms include infertility. Now, I have seen many cases of erosion which also they suffer from infertility. The reason is the spermicidal effect of the discharge. This discharge may not allow the sperms to transport inside. Everything is normal, but this is called cervical factor of infertility. Okay, the discharge is causing the spermicidal effect, and the spermatozoa are not able to transport inside the cervix. Yes, this is both are the pictures of cervical erosion. You can see on per speculum examination, bright area easily demarcated. Okay, the area, the margins will be easily demarcated. You can see the normal cervix and the erosion area very clearly. It is demarcated. It is area is extending the external os. This is the external os, and outside this area will be seen. It is usually non-tender. Okay, unless there is cervicitis, unless there is infection, doesn't cause any pain. There will be no tenderness, there will be no pain also. It often bleeds, like you can see over here also when we are examining that the pinpoint areas oozing it they have started. Pinpoint areas when touched or rubbed with a swab. And if you do the PV examination, if you touch this area of the erosion, it will give soft granular feeling and gives rise to grating sensation. Now remember we have known there are You can see here these are follicular type of erosion. This is not a flat type of erosion. This is also a follicular or papillary. Flat type of erosion may not give you a such glandular feeling, but papillary and follicular, if you touch them, they will give you some grating sensation. But again, remember that the patients with cancer, they will be having severe bleeding as soon as you touch it. So this you have to do the differential diagnosis with cervicitis. How to differentiate between cervicitis and erosion? Cervicitis, the whole area will be red. There will be no margin. Okay, demarcation won't be seen like in the erosion. The whole area of the cervix will be totally red. That is cervicitis, that is not erosion. Early carcinoma often bleeds on touch, as I said, indurated. Even in canker, that is punched out appearance. Sorry, sorry. And in tubercular ulcer, you can see over here. This is a case of tubercular ulcer. This is indurated with caesation at the base. So if such type of appearance you see, it means that this is not a simple erosion, but it can be a case of ulcer. This is very important whenever you want to do the differential diagnosis, and in all the patients of cervical erosion, pap is must. Don't treat the patient without doing a pap test. Okay, pap test is very simple. It cost about maximum 600 to 700 rupees, minimum as much as needed. I think the kit starts from 300 or 400, where there is spatula, cytobrush, and the slide and everything comes. So we have to take the swab and send it for the laboratory investigation to know whether the cells are benign or cancerous. Okay, so if PAP comes negative for malignancy, then only go for the treatment of erosion. Okay, so this is very, very, very important that PAP test must be done. Sorry, please give me a second. Just a second. Sorry. So here you can see cauterization. What the modern people do is they also burn the area. So that is done by a cautery machine. So that is called as cauterization. Similarly, cryocauterization. In cryo, what they do is they freeze the area. Cells are changed. We have to destroy the cells. We have to make those cells dead. So it can be done by two ways, either by burning them or by freezing them. Cauterization, again, it has having its own complications. Cryocautery is very costly. It's not available everywhere, and it may take multiple sittings also. And what we do is, I wanted to show you over here is, we have made a medicated Dagda Karma Varti. This is Anubhut Yog of Jamnagar. A thesis was done in Jamnagar previously, I think in 2002 or 3. So this thesis was being done where a medicated Dagda Karma Varti was being made from these ingredients. You can see Amalki, Nimba, Yastimadu, Karanj, Haridra, all in equal quantity. Churna form they are being taken. Then after mixing them, Bhavna was given 7 times of Karanj Patrakvat. Okay, so that again, after giving Bhavna, Shuddha Gugul and Grit is being added for binding purpose, and then the Varti is made of size 6 to 10 centimeter with thickness of, I will show you the Varti, this. You can make it yourself. It is not available in market. You have to make it for yourself. And while making them, drying them, dry in shade. Okay, don't dry in the sun, because if you sun dry it, it may break. If you have oven, you can dry it in the oven also, but it should be well dried, otherwise it won't burn properly. dry it in the shade, and after making it, you can use. Another important thing is that you can even store it. Like we have made much in last 2 3 years we are using this, and this is the third batch. This was the first batch, you can see in 2012 we made. This is the current batch. So the indications are in erosion and PAP should be negative for malignancy. So before Agni Karma, what you should do is give Pushanuk, Chandraprabha and Trifla Gugul to reduce the inflammation and to reduce the discharge also. Because if discharge is too much, your procedure won't be done properly. Your Agni Karma won't be done properly. So before that, you should give this to the patient. Now, coming to the procedure, when it should be done. So the procedure should be done within 7 to 10 days of stoppage of menstruation. Why this? See, now if the patient comes to you and she says कि by discharge है, आपने उसको चेक किया, आपने देखा कि उसको इरोजन है और आपने बोला चलो अभी कर देते हैं. I'm sorry. अगर आपने उसको LMP नहीं पूछा, if you did the Agni Karma and within next 2 3 days if the patient starts having bleeding of menstruation, the healing won't be proper. So what you have to do is you have to tell the patient come when your period stops. So within 7 to 10 days of stoppage of menstruation. So when she comes, what you have to do? Purva Karma, Yoni Prakshalan with Panchvalkal Quath or Trifla, whatever is available. मेन प्रोसीजर क्या है? मेडिकेटेड वर्ती इज मेड रेड हॉट. जो वर्ती हमने बनाई है उसको कैंडल या स्पिरिट लैम्प जो भी है उस पर रेड हॉट करना है और ये जो इरोजन के साइड से उस पर बर्न करना है. ठीक है. सम्यक दग्ध लक्षण जब तक ब्लीडिंग स्टॉप नहीं हो जाता या कपोत वर्ण ऐसा नहीं मिलता तब तक. मैं आपको वीडियो प्ले करके दिखाती हूँ. दिस प्लेस. यस. Patient was oozing continuously throughout the procedure. You can see she is profusely having oozing throughout the procedure also. So the Varti is made red hot. Only thing is that anesthesia is not required. Only because of the fumes she will feel little bit of heat. You can see the area is too much. Yes, I am telling the patient that till I am doing the procedure, she will feel little bit of heat, and that too because of fumes. Otherwise, cervix is insensitive to touch. Okay. You can use Cuscos speculum also. This is I have used Sims. You can use Cuscos also. Okay. So making it red hot and then applying it on the area of the erosion. Continuously you have to do the swabbing because she is oozing. Okay. Continuously she is having oozing from it. PAP was negative. Just fast forward it. Okay. Now you can appreciate that the oozing is stopping and Kapotvarna is also maximum area. I hope you can appreciate the color change. You have to make sure that the whole area of the erosion is covered in a single sitting. Otherwise, if you leave some of the area, in the second sitting you may have to do again. So try to make sure the complete area is covered. Okay. Okay. So this is how. Sorry. So again, I will show you. This is how it is being done. Okay. So whole this area should achieve this color and Samyak Lakshan should be achieved. After that, what you have to do is application of Jatyati oil and Haridra Pichu for 7 days. This 7 days I'm telling you, but what practically we do is till next menstruation. We tell the patient to keep the Pichu till next menstruation. Important points here to note are patient will have discharge more for the first 15 days. Whole area what you have burned, she will have more discharges. All the dead cells will be coming out. Okay, so there will be oozing. You have to tell the patient for 15 days you will have much discharge. It is normal. Okay, and Pichu is to be kept for next till next menstruation. So this already we have seen. So this is the Shishrut reference of Kapotavarna. Yes, you can see over here before Agni Karma, after Agni Karma. Yes, this is before treatment and this is after. कब चेक करना है? नेक्स्ट मेंस्ट्रुएशन के बाद में, आफ्टर नेक्स्ट मेंस्ट्रुएशन when the patient comes after stoppage of bleeding, then you have to check the patient. So you'll find that the new skin has come, new cells have come, the area is totally healed, and there is not a single. And this is very very good treatment. See again over here also, little bit hypertrophy will be there as you can see in this patient. It is for some days, it will go away by itself, but there is no recurrence. Okay, simple procedure. Cervix hypertrophy will be seen. Sorry, but not in a single patient. I think I have done first Agni Karma I did in at our place in about 2009. Okay, and till now also the patients come to me for regular checkup and follow up. In one patient only I had seen recurrence. Out of I think 500 to 600 patients, only in one patient, and that too because of recurrent infection she developed again erosion. Okay, otherwise it never develops. So another we can say that very useful treatment. Those who do not want to go for Agni Karma, for them Kshar Karma is also there. Again, this is called as chemical cauterization. Okay, the idea is same to make those cells dead. So what you can use is Apamar Kshar, Snuik Kshar, Tuthik Kshar. So works as corrosive or Lekhan. So how it is done? See, you have to expose the cervix, take on a stick cotton, and on that cotton you have to apply the kshar. I think 2 grams will be sufficient. Then you have to take that cotton swab and of the which is having kshar and apply it on the area of the erosion. Either you can count up to 60, 90, or you can wait for 2 minutes. After that, immediately you have to wash the area with either distilled water, normal saline, or some people they even use lime water, okay, for the opposite action. Okay, so that much more corrosive action is not being done. So that can be done. So Apamat Shar applied on the cotton stick, keep on the contact. Thereafter Yoni Prakshalan. Here Panchvalkal Quat or that also can be used. But if you can use a simple lime water, then also it is good. Then Pichu is to be kept for next 14 days. Okay. So this is how it is being done. The thing which I see with the Kshar Karma is that multiple sittings will be needed. The whole area, I think it won't be healed within a single sitting. So multiple sittings should be done in such patients. Whereas Agni Karma, only single sitting is sufficient. Okay. So it again will change color, and after 2 minutes, the cervix is washed either with decoction, lukewarm water, whatever you have, and Jatadi oil Pichu is applied, and weekly the patient is checked. So this was all regarding. I'm sorry for the coughing and all. Regarding the cervical erosion and its treatment. So from next week we are starting with the course of abnormal vaginal discharge. In that we will be seeing the applied aspect of anatomy and physiology of vagina, vaginal pH and its maintenance, and diagnosis, how to diagnose the various conditions of abnormal vaginal discharge like cervicitis, erosion, trichomonas, candida, bacterial infections, senile vaginitis, PID. The whole pathology, then how to do the diagnosis, signs, symptoms, and investigations, and along with the Ayurveda management, also we are going to see through Sthanik Chikitsa, oral medications, Panchakarma, and Sthanik Chikitsa. Even we are going to see the innovations in the Sthanik Chikitsa, that how innovative ideas we can apply, practical demonstration and practical. Many times what happens is that students and practitioners are not able to see the practical. The procedures are very simple. Sorry. But only thing is one you need to see them once. If you see them once, you know what are the indications, what are the contraindications, what are the SOPs, standard operating procedures, what the instruments will be needed, what are the guidelines to be followed. So all these things we are going to cover in next two courses. So if you have any questions about this, uh, I can see any chats. Just a moment, I will answer your questions. I'm sorry for the coughing and all and late. Hmm. नेबोथियन सिस्ट में आयुर्वेदिक में कौन सी मेडिसिन देंगे? ओके, सेम थिंग यू कैन डू, यू कैन अप्लाई अग्निकर्मा एंड क्षारकर्मा. अगर आपको ये दोनों नहीं करना है देन यू कैन अप्लाई जात्यादि ऑयल पीचू ऑल्सो. सॉरी, प्रक्षालन करके जात्यादि ऑयल पीचू आप लगा सकते हैं. नहीं तो आप सिमिलर प्रोसीजर जो है अग्निकर्म क्षारकर भी कर सकते हैं. बार्थोलिन सिस्ट तो अलग चीज है. बार्थोलिन तो आपको वल्वा के एंड जो है लेबिया का फर्चेट जो है पोस्टीरियर फर्चेट वहां पे मिलेगा आपको. और सर्वाइकल कैंसर तो आपको सर्विक्स पे मिलेगा। रिपीटेड फंगल इन्फेक्शन हम देखने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट वीक में, लेकिन फिर भी मैं बता दूं कि अगर पेशेंट को बहुत ज़्यादा रिपीटेड फंगल इन्फेक्शन हो रहा है, पेशेंट मिलते हैं बहुत, लाइफस्टाइल चेंज करवाइए उनका, क्योंकि पीएच बहुत ज़्यादा चेंज हो रहा है, उनका ऑल्टर हो रहा है, उसी की वजह से हो रहा है। तो लाइफस्टाइल और लोकल हाइजीन में अगर वो सोप, डेटॉल, सेवलॉन वगैरह यूज़ कर रहे हैं लोकल वॉशिंग के लिए, इवन वी वॉश यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो वो सब बंद करवाइए। वाटरी डिस्चार्ज और आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट सेम थिंग हम लोग देखने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट वीक। डिस्चार्ज बहुत सारे होते हैं, कर्डी, वाटरी, ग्रीनिश, म्यूकसी, फाउल स्मेलिंग, तो ये सबका डायग्नोसिस अलग अलग होगा। ज़्यादातर जो है वो आपको ये वाटरी डिस्चार्ज जो है वो सॉरी सॉरी ट्राइकोमोनस के इन्फेक्शन में मिलता है, जो सेक्सुअली ट्रांसमिटेड है, तो उसमें आपको ट्राइकोमोनस का ट्रीटमेंट करना पड़ेगा, है ना। और ये सारे ओरल मेडिसिन से नहीं जाते, दैट आई एम वेरी श्योर कि सिर्फ ओरल मेडिसिन देंगे तो पेशेंट को ठीक नहीं होगा, आपको उसमें लोकल थेरेपी भी दावन पीछू करना पड़ेगा। जस्ट अ सेकेंड। सिटिंग्स किसके सिटिंग्स? अग्निकर्म का एक सिटिंग्स रिक्वायर है, शारकर्म के 2 सिटिंग 3 सिटिंग भी लग जाते हैं कभी कभी। अग्निकर्म 1 सिटिंग इज सफिशिएंट। इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑफ वर्ती, एक सेकेंड, जस्ट अ सेकेंड, आई विल रिपीट। अमल की है, यष्टि मधु है, नींब, हरिद्रा, यस, आमल की, नींब, यष्टि मधु, करंज, हरिद्रा। आमल की, नींब, यष्टि मधु, करंज एंड हरिद्रा, all in equal quantity, and then karanj patra kwat bhavna. Okay, sorry for my cough, actually there was so much anxiety also, ये चालू नहीं हो रहा था, there were technical issues, so because of anxiety it is more, otherwise I was fine, but this got this भावना करंज पत्र क्वात का, करंज पत्र, yes. Sharkarma is safe for Bartholin. If you are doing it properly, yes, it is safe. बट मैक्सिमम टाइम्स आई हैव सीन के IND करना पड़ता है, और उसके बाद में आप फिर से ना हो पेशेंट को, तो अवगा दीजिए पेशेंट को। अपामाक्षार एनी फार्मेसी विल डू, हमारे यहाँ पे तो बनाते हैं, बट एनी फार्मेसी आई थिंक इट विल डू। नो, नो पेन विल बी देयर, सर्विक्स इज इनसेंसिटिव टू टच, सो क्षारकर्म, अग्निकर्म डजंट कॉज एनी पेन. Sharkarma indicated in vaginal candidiasis. See, Sharkarma locally, whatever you are applying, that is Sharkarma. For vaginal candidiasis fungal infection, if you want to use Tunkan, that is Borax. Okay, Tunkan is very good antifungal agent. So along with your Panchvalkal, if you add Tunkan in that, or even Tunkan Siddhajal for washing, Prakshalan, that can be done. Okay, so that is will not be included as Sharkarma. Endometrial polyp is a very different thing, you have to remove it. Okay, and if you want to do this Kshartil Basti, Uttar Basti, you can do. Pichu till next mixturation. Suppose abhi laga hai, after 2-3 hours she can remove it only once, and if overnight, that is well and good. 2 to 3 sittings will be required. अगर आप क्षार कर्म करते हैं तो 2 से 3 सिटिंग चाहिए, एक सिटिंग में नहीं होगा. क्रिस्टोसिल में मूषक तेल का पोटली है, एक्चुअली ये टॉपिक से बाहर जा रहे हैं. मूषक तेल इज गुड, एंड इवन सर्चर तेल, मात्रा बस्ती. वाइट डिस्चार्ज कंटिन्यू सिंस 1.5 year, नो कर्डी, नो स्मेल. अगर आपने चेक किया हो तो अच्छा है. इन्फेक्शन है तो धूपन दीजिए, डूश कीजिए, पीछू रखिए. ओके, स्ट्रेस है तो स्ट्रेस रिलीव करिए. स्ट्रेस की वजह से भी होता है ये, हम लोग कॉजेज देखने वाले हैं सभी नेक्स्ट उसमें. आपको पता भी नहीं होगा, इतने मल्टीपल कॉजेज है वजनल पीएच चेंज होने के. वर्ती कितने दिन तक, सालों साल तक अगर आप उसको एयरटाइट कंटेनर में प्रिजर्व करते हैं, जैसे मैंने कहा अभी हमारा जो लॉट है वो 3 साल से हम यूज कर रहे हैं, मे बी मोर देन 3 इयर्स, कुछ नहीं होता उसको। ओनली थिंग कि वो एयरटाइट कंटेनर में रखिए। अग्निकर्म अदर देन वर्ती कैन बी डन, यू कैन यूज शलाका, कोई भी शलाका, धातु की शलाका आप यूज कर सकते हैं, जो शल्य वाले यूज करते हैं ना, बट वी आई डोंट यूज इट, आई डोंट प्रेफर इट। ओपीडी लेवल पे कर सकते हैं, नो नीड टू एडमिट द पेशेंट, patient can come undergo the treatment and go within 1 or 2 hours. Okay. धूपन करना है, हाँ। हाउ मच थिकनेस, वर्ती की थिकनेस जो है वो आप हाफ से 1 इंच या जितना थिक रखेंगे ना उतना अच्छा है। सॉरी, क्योंकि वो ड्राई होने पे श्रिंक हो जाएगी। तो आप अगर 1/2 to 2 इंच थिक रखते हो तो आपको एरिया जो बर्न करने का है वो इजीली कवर होगा। स्वर्णशला का जामनगर में यूज करते हैं, आप कर सकते हैं। मूषक तेल ऑनलाइन मिलता है हमारे यहाँ पे, तो गुजरात में इजीली अवेलेबल है। इंटरनल मेडिकेशन में आप त्रिफला गूगल चंद्र प्रभावती दे दीजिए बस, बाकी कोई ज्यादा मेडिसिन देने की जरूरत नहीं है। हाँ, अर्श की तरह ट्रीटमेंट आपको करनी है, पर शाहर तेल का बस्ती दे तो अच्छा है। इरोजन में टच करना है, क्या टच करना है मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, रिपीट इंग्रेडिएंट्स फिर से। अमल की, यष्टि मधु, हरिद्रा, दारू हरिद्रा दोनों ले लीजिए, करंज, ओके, शुद्ध गुगुलू एज अ बाइंडिंग, अमल की, निम्ब, यष्टि मधु, करंज एंड हरिद्रा। ओके, अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग। वर्ती को टच करना है ना, कहाँ पे टच करना है, विल नॉट ब्रेक, it will not break, only when you burn it and you have to apply, बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं लगाना है, you have to apply little bit pressure while burning, it won't break। और ब्रेक होता है तो उसको किडनी ट्रे में ऐसे ऐसे करके ऊपर से वो ब्रेक कर दीजिए, देन अगेन अप्लाई, उसको आप अपने आप ब्रेक नहीं होगी। आपने अगर वीडियो पूरा देखा होगा तो आप समझेंगे कैसे करना है इरोजन में अग्निकर्मा, है ना। मैंने दिखाया है कि उसको रेड हॉट करके फिर वो उसको बर्न करना है। शलाका आप यूज कर सकते हैं, है कहाँ, कहीं यूज कर सकते हैं क्या, स्किन प्रॉब्लम्स में कर सकते हैं, इससे धूपन भी अच्छा होता है। आई एम सॉरी, रियली सॉरी, आई एम सॉरी। एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? बोल नहीं पाऊंगी तो मैं चैट में रिप्लाई करूंगी, ऑलरेडी आई हैव ड्रैंक सो मच ऑफ वाटर। एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? हाँ, आप यूज कर सकते हैं, उसको यूज कर सकते हैं एज ए अग्निकर्म, एंड इवन फॉर धूपन ऑल्सो सेम वर्ती कैन बी यूज। हाँ, गूगल क्वांटिटी, इट इज क्वांटिटी सफिशिएंट, Gugulu is only for binding, so quantity sufficient only for as a binding agent. Okay, उसका दूसरा कुछ रोल नहीं है, it is only for binding. Gugulu not equal, as I said, only binding, है ना। Anything else? Only I think please uh, treat erosion with Agni karma or Shar karma. Other ट्रीटमेंट्स डोंट हेल्प, है ना? आई हैव सीन। ओके, दूसरी ट्रीटमेंट हेल्प नहीं करती है इतना। हम्म? मैं टाइप ही कर देती हूँ। अमल की, हरिद्रा, करंज, यष्टि, मधु, गुगुलू। नींब रह गया। जात्यादी ऑयल एंड हरिद्रा पिचू। ओके, I hope all queries are solved. And next week we are starting with abnormal vaginal discharges, detailed sessions. Okay, okay. Ingredients भी मैंने डाल दिए। How much quantity for what? किसका quantity? जात्यादी oil. Quantity sufficient. 3-4 ml is sufficient. उसमें ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए। एक 100 ml की बॉटल पेशेंट को पूरा मंथ चलेगी। वर्ती के लिए इक्वल क्वांटिटी। ओके, yes, it can be used. इसमें हीलिंग प्रॉपर्टीज है ऑफ ऑल इंग्रेडिएंट। ओके, आई एम एंडिंग द सेशन नाउ। ओके, बाय। नेक्स्ट वीक 4 sessions of abnormal discharge, स्थानिक 6 sessions. Okay.